Hello again.
Hi, how
You don't remember me?
Huh?
It is November 4th, 2018 in Marion County, Florida. Deputy Manning stops a truck for a lighting issue, and Deputy Jenkins is there to back him up. But as they step up to the door, they realize they are not looking at a stranger. Both of these deputies have had several run-ins with this driver lately, and they know exactly who they are dealing with.
Hello again.
Hi, how
You don't remember me?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
back here.
there you
Yes,
go.
sir.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing alright.
While you're looking at that, you mind stepping out of the car for me?
Okay.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Please walk in. I'll take my cigarette.
Yeah, you're good. Just wanted to talk to you right here.
Yes, sir.
So where is it?
Where's what?
The weed.
What weed?
Well, I smell it, so it's...
It was literally a joint.
Where is it?
It's out the window.
Look, Harris is out of the truck, and he is already playing a game. He admits to the smell but says the stash went out the window. Give me a break. This is a total Jedi mind trick to try and shut down a full search. He is giving up the small stuff to hide the big stuff. But is this little act enough to keep Manning out of that truck? Let us find out.
That was it.
Okay. Because
Ew.
I'm searching your car, okay?
Okay.
You can either be honest and you can help your situation,
No.
but if you
that's
BS
the
me,
only thing yeah.
if you me, it's a done deal, okay?
Yes, sir.
So if you just tell me straight up where it is, I can grab it, we can handle it.
It literally was just whatever. Went
Okay,
out the
so there's
window.
nothing else in the car.
No, sir.
Alright, you can
I mean, I
lean
don't-
against your bumper right there. You got anything on you?
Do I what?
Do you have anything on you?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright. Just hang tight for me.
Sure, Foreman.
Nothing on you, right?
No, sir.
You got those guns secured? Are they in the car?
Just the one in the glove box, right? In the
It's in the glove box in a holster?
There's gonna
where-
be from
center,
the
yeah,
house.
in the
Where's
center.
that AR you had last time?
That one's at home,
Okay. So there's a gun in the glove box, correct?
in the center console.
Center console.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I ain't been in this truck for...
I pat him down, yeah. Whose is this? You don't know whose this is? It's right below the driver's seat.
Finding a loaded 9mm under the seat is a felony game changer. Legally, if a weapon is within your reach, it belongs to you.
Hey, let's go ahead and cuff him up, put him in the car.
Harris can play dumb all he wants, but the friendly act is officially over. This just went from a simple search to a major bust.
Here's a straw. What? Is that the AR? Bong?
This is right next to her.
Well, we can Miranda her.
Here's her pipe.
Miranda's her and ask her. Yeah, look at this. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Extended mags.
Look, yo. This is
Hey, extended mags.
Manning just hit the mother load on the passenger side. Look at this. This is not a personal stash. It is a full-on menu. Having 10 different drugs on you is an automatic trafficking charge. These two are absolutely cooked.
What?
Reaching for something back there. Here's the pipe, but I found the AR also.
She was reaching for it?
Actually, it looks like an AK.
You had a different gun last time.
Let us get straight to the facts because this inventory is staggering. Harris was carrying a dangerous cocktail of narcotics. We are talking about trafficking amounts of fentanyl, methamphetamine, and hydrocodone. But it did not stop there. He also had cocaine, MDMA, marijuana, and oxycodone, along with a long list of prescription pills like Adderall and Xanax. This is a one-stop shop for illegal substances. To protect this business, he kept a loaded 9mm handgun, a loaded 9mm carbine rifle, brass knuckles, and a hunting knife within his reach. He also had $4,500 in cash on him. Angela McCole is also looking at felony charges for the meth and drug gear found in her possession. Now think about the reality here. This guy knew these deputies. He had been arrested before, yet he still chose to hit the streets with a lethal amount of fentanyl and a rifle ready to go. It shows you that the nice guy act at the car window is just a business strategy. It is designed to make the officers lower their guard. If these deputies did not have such sharp memories of his past, a routine traffic stop could have turned into a very different story. So here is the real question for you. When a dealer has this much history with the law, does rehabilitation even work? Or is a long prison sentence the only way to stop this poison from hitting our streets? And do you think the deputies being familiar with a suspect makes them safer, or does it make them more likely to overlook a threat? Let us know what you think in the comments. We value your perspective. If you want to see more of these deep dives into the truth of the streets, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching Blue Line Raw. Stay sharp, stay safe, and we will catch you on the next one.